Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we are looking at Tai Chi Zero. Tai Chi Zero, brought to us by Stephen Fung, coming from China. What we have here is we have the story of Yang. Yang had been born with this kind of lump on his head. It looks kind of like a little horn, fleshy horn sticking out of the top of his head. Apparently this grants him some kind of mystical power, but it's also kind of a death sentence. If someone hits that, he kind of turns into this super mega powerful mystic warrior that is unstoppable for about a minute, and then he sprays blood out his nose and he falls unconscious, and is slowly killing him. He finds out that he can cure this ailment by traveling to Chen Village to learn their style of Kung Fu. So this is what he does. Unfortunately, they don't train outsiders, so a large portion of the film is him trying to get them to accept him and to train him in Kung Fu. Folks, if you're a fan of like the 70s Kung Fu, but you also like kind of the quirky, weird stuff like along the lines of like a Shaolin Soccer, this might be one for you. I'm not saying it was a great movie, but I did enjoy it. There's a lot going on in here. I mean, you've got this, as I said, that kind of 70s style Kung Fu with just absolutely stunning fight choreography, and the wire work is absolutely amazing. You've got Sammo Hung, who is a veteran of I don't know how many billions of Kung Fu films, is one of the main people behind some of the stunts and fight coordinating. You've also got this kind of Scott Pilgrim-esque type thing going on too, where you've got like almost video game style, where there's like little pop-ups for the village of the different locations, and there's health meters and stuff like that. And at times, you know, it gets to be like they were trying to do too much of too many different things to really get a good movie going here. But like I said, parts of it work, and little parts here that kind of don't. But I mean, you've got, like I said, you got the video game stuff, you got the 70s Kung Fu, you got a little steampunk, you got this whole anti-West, anti-capitalism story going on, because there's the railroad is trying to push through this little village, and it's the villagers, you know, trying to fight and stand up against, you know, the railroad coming through, and standing up against Western influence and you know, the coming of modernization. I liked it. Some things that kind of at times kind of went kind of slow for me. It's hard to. You have the main character Yang, who is set up, you know, with this backstory in the beginning of the movie, and then after like the first half of the movie, he's kind of relegated to being just like yet another member of this overall cast. It's not really his story anymore, and in some ways, in a lot of ways, it isn't even really his story. You get all this background for a guy who is sort of the protagonist, but not entirely. On top of the fact that it's a planned trilogy, so the movie doesn't completely stand on its own. It kind of leaves you hanging there at the end. And the second movie has already been made, and from what I understand, the third one is being made, but it might work better once you have the whole thing all together, all three movies all together. Perhaps. It's hard to say. And I will say also, I believe his name is Jaden, I think Jaden Yuan is the guy who plays Yang. Not a great actor, but he's like a big wushu champion. He's amazingly talented when it comes to his fighting skill. So he's brilliant to watch. Little kind of when he's acting, but I think that's made up for by the fact that, one, you're watching this, you know, either hopefully not dubbed, hopefully subtitled, so you at least get a little better experience. And there's a lot of names. If you've watched a lot of Kung Fu in your life, you're going to recognize tons of people, and they even introduce like who these people are and what movies they were in. I didn't quite get that part. It didn't quite work for me, but like I said, I still enjoyed the movie. I think it could have been tightened up. I think if they changed things a little bit, it would be a good standalone film. But like I said, they were trying to do too much in one movie, and as a planned trilogy, I don't know, I think they could have spread it out better, maybe. Scale of 1 to 10. Oh, this is like, you know, you're walking down the hall and you bump into someone's like, hey man, you got Scott Pilgrim in my Kung Fu Hustle. No, you got Kung Fu Hustle in my Scott Pilgrim. That's kind of what this is. It's kind of like those two movies kind of joined together, and they made this kind of weird amalgam thing that you're not quite sure if it works or not, but you still have fun watching it. You know, it's this quirky, weird, actiony, kind of corny, campy kind of thing all at once, and somehow it kind of works, and you think, all right, I can kind of see what they were trying to do, you know. They're not quite Kung Fu Hustle. They're not quite Scott Pilgrim, but you know they said, well, we like those. We want to kind of do an homage to both of them at the same time, and they almost got there. So I'm hoping the next one, which is amply titled Tai Chi Hero, hopefully that one will be even better. It might make this one, the first one, Tai Chi Zero, seem better because it might tie some stuff together better, which is what I'm hoping for. But that's all I got for this one. Until next time, you all stay safe out there in the wasteland. I don't know what that is. It's Moron Claw. That's all I got.